Dire team ban.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Game 2 of your grand final. It is Malaysian MUFC going up against China LGD. I have been your host for these last 2 days for the Asia. Toby Kenobi is my name, and Dota 2 is my game. Let's jump ourselves actually inside this game, because right now we are looking at game number 2. Game number 1 was a complete twist around of what happened on day 1 of play when MUFC destroyed LGD. LGD just forced a 20-minute GG out of MUFC. The draft did not work. The rotation did not work. There was some severe backfire happening the way, thanks God for that word, coming up for MUFC. And this time around, they instantly game left off the stage. Had to think about this, like, okay, LGD, they just basically schooled us. They're an amazing team, an awesome team from China. These guys get so much talent seeping out of their pores right now. We need to find an advantage. We need something that lets us get through this game. HY is their captain. He is the man that has to find it. And right now, he's already started an interesting way through our draft. It is LGD banning out the standard Templar Assassin as well as Batrider. But MUFC, first ban, Kotl. And they're the guys that actually have the second pickup. So HY is looking for something interesting to get through this pool. Kotl being banned out. The Raw one's being banned out here by Zhao Wei. We still have Magnetor in the pool. Maybe MUFC want to try and get this guy to fish through the pool. But Bear is a bit more of my concern. What's going to happen with Lone Druid? Lone Druid probably want it themselves, but will Zhao Wei pick it up as their first one, just to deny MUFC? Because sometimes a pick is just as good as a ban. Magnetor will be banned, and the decision, Zhao Wei takes it. Lone Druid Bear without even any form of hesitation. Maybe HY thought that LGD wouldn't decide to take it. There were so many options there. You ban out a Kotl. What else do you want in the pool? And they don't get to have the Lone Druid. The normal way we see this return is like with a Rubik and something, but in this scenario, I don't really see just a Rubik and something being enough up against Lone Druid. That bear was already way too powerful. And they had Kotl as well as Rubik to stall up the game a little bit in the last one, but that was then, again, like I talked about at the start of the last game, what works up against a Lone Druid? What has worked in this competition? Counter pushing was what was attempted last game. Did not work at all. Something which can go their way, however, is the fact that Luna is available in this pool, but there's another hero that requires a large amount of farm and doesn't, as far as timing, work with the Lone Druid. Because Lone Druid, we've seen him 20 minutes into the game, destroy towers. 15 if you get a lot more space. Rubik is, however, still being picked up here by HY. But who is he going to couple it with? I was talking about Nukic on the heroes. Enchantress is going to be the pickup here from HY. So we add in the jungle element, and the first time we get to see Enchantress up on the main stage for the Asia. A hero that a lot of people are a little bit iffy about how great she really is, because the problem is in the late game, she basically scales into nothing. Her heal doesn't do enough. The imps, well, Impetus to a point can do a decent chunk of damage to heroes that are running away, but it forces you to have enough aggression that you can force them away. So you need to have someone being real, like, smack bang in the middle of the engagement, forcing LGD to split. And that means MUFC need a big hero, a burst damaging hero, maybe a little bit of AoE. I still want to see the SF from HY. I still want to see that. But with MUFC, the difference that they have right now is the ability to pressure towers very early on. Lone Druid has to wait till the 15-minute mark, maybe the 20-minute mark again. Back to the Enchantress. 15 to 20 minutes mark is when Lone Druid pushes. Enchantress can push by basically 2 minutes, because she's able to pick up these creeps really fast. She gets herself a good couple of creeps, get a troll, get a centaur, push down the tier 1 towers, but needs another hero that will actually work well with that. And that means a hero like the Leshrac, someone that can do this damage straight directly towards the towers. But in this scenario, it means that's coming like Rubik is our solo, is Leshrac our support, coupling up with someone else. Nakes is the pickup here from MUFC.
LGD's turn to ban.
It's still a risky hero. It is still a risky hero. Beastmaster and NA have been working absolutely perfectly. DDC on that NA, he was perfect in the last game. Beastmaster, the rotation from Zhao Wei coming out of that middle lane, was able to do so much. But now we look to see our middle lane combination. Is it now Beastmaster going up against the Lifestealer? And can Lone Druid even really kill him? That Infest from Nags gives him such a bigger thing to play around with. And then again, MUFC, we look to see what's going to happen with the Nags bomb. The ability to jump in some kind of hero. You can go Storm Spirit, you can go Pucks, you can go anything with a Blink Dagger, jump up with a Brewmaster, blink in to the instant clamp for the stomp, and then just Nags pops out. Nice amount of damage. The only downside about doing that is, however, that instantly Nags is... Nags doesn't have his Infest. He doesn't have that big life gain again in the middle of the team fight. It's just instant burst damage, and you've got to find those kills instantly. But with the Beastmaster on the field, as well as the NA, I really still lean down the lines of a Puck, but Undying and Night Stalker are the ones that get banned out instead. Darkseer banned out by HYHY, so that's one of those heroes that can couple not only through the push, but also with the Lone Druid Spare. Add the Radiance damage, add a bit of an Iron Shell around him with a level 4. Chase down heroes like Enchantress and Rubik, and they will die. HYHY still facing this decision. Was he really banned out against this?
5 seconds remaining.
There's no proper way he can contest Lone Druid. Maybe if Enchantress and Rubik and Nags all go towards the top lane and try and really stick it to the Lone Druid. But in this scenario, I'm not quite sure. Bounty Hunter is the ban, so they look towards the offlane of LGT. And Nature's Prophet, the final ban up against MUFC. So they looked also at MUFC's off lane. It's almost like they want to force the aggressive tri lane up against the Lone Druid. It worked for LGD last time. Now the ones on the defense, they were never really troubled. They just pull wherever they can. Keep the warding up, keep the vision up, and make sure you know where MUFC is looking for initiation. But MUFC have one last ban to get through. Who really is LGD looking at? They can ban mid solos, they ban nothing but like side lanes. Do we even see Chen as an option for LGD if Lone Druid is going to be that guy that just hangs on that bottom lane? NA supports him, we don't have a good offlane for MUFC. Chen and Lone Druid together is an unbeatable push. MUFC don't have great counter push. Their lineup at this point is very much based around the fact that Nags are so big they can't stop him. But he can, if he gets the farm up, melt down that Lone Druid, which makes me think that Nags is still going to be a safe lane. Safe lane for MUFC up on that top lane. Jakiro is the final ban out from HYHY. So removes the secondary support, and Shadow Demon is now the pickup for LGD. So again, this possibility for initiation and savior. It will be coming the way of SC, more than likely. And Yao is the only one now missing, his off-laner. And HYHY, he basically knows all the lanes right now. He basically knows them. He knows Beastmaster's going to be in the middle lane. Who does he really want to throw up against him? Who can get the lockdown? Who can get the control? Who can go up against Lone Druid? Maybe then he can still throw Nags towards that middle lane and pick up something like a Void if he wants to go at that end of the game. The problem is still going to be Shadow Demon, but then again, Chronosphere takes care of most of that.
10 seconds remaining.
Depending on positioning, always, of course. And Queen of Pain will be the pickup. So a mid lane kind of just like plays around a little bit more with Beastmaster. He looks for rune control, he looks for easy rotation, but Queen of Pain keeps very, very close track on the Beastmaster. Sting, harassment, burst damage. Quap can do it all very early on. Doesn't have to wait for that level 6 all the time like Beastmaster, who waits for that Roar. But then again, Beastmaster with Roar and Axe will also do a lot of damage to Quap, but not enough to finish the job. Not without like a haste rune that'll let him die back past the towers. And Windrunner is the final pickup here for LGD, so there we go. There's our side lane hero. And their lanes are complete. Their lanes are safe. Their lanes are secure. And MUFC, do we see an off-laner? Windrunner's gone. They can't select her anymore. They banned out the Bounty Hunter themselves. The Darkseer, they also removed themselves. They're going to find one last hero that can do the job.
10 seconds remaining.
And the only other offlane which has kind of been used in this is actually Enigma. Is the last only off lane hero we're seeing, but it's going to be Invoker instead. So Invoker pickup for MUFC, which does give us our tri-lane of Nakes, Enchantress, as well as Rubik. And then Invoker and Quap to choose between the mid and the safe lane. Quap can run aggressive on the side lane. There's no reason why she can't. And give that Invoker the space in the mid. I think right now that debate is still happening with MUFC. Ohio will be taking up that Invoker. Which means HY. I look to see him pick up that Nakes. But then again, he would like a Quap. He loves that hero. And it is actually going to be HY Nakes. He takes it. Which means Ling onto the Enchantress. Net support Rubik. And leaves our final one, which is Sharky, who takes the Queen of Pain. And just by that, you already know your lanes, but because you don't reveal it, because obviously both teams are capable of hearing everything. But Zhao Wei, and is now, I think, the third game in a row on the main stage. He's taking up the role of that Beastmaster. Sylar, second for him now as the Lone Druid. Yao onto the Windrunner, SC on the Shadow Demon, and puts DDC as the NA. And that cups off our lineup. And then we just look to see, where does the first engagement begin? Early warding, early control. You already know LGD want to be inside their lanes. Already get the first little bit of a glimpse. HY, Axe were prepping up there from Zhao Wei. And HY not sure about this. The Invoker's here, Sharky is here. The Bear's already towards the front lines. And LGD protect their jungle. They don't want these wards down. They don't want the cancellation of this camp here and the ability to pull through to here. Or even the stacking of this. It's not something they want to see. And MUFC, they get blocked down by LGD. They move their entire core down there to ensure that MUFC would not have access. And that's just going to frustrate them. It's all going to be about rune control from here. So, yeah, I wish you luck there, Sylar. Not going to be the case. Actually, on the top lane, Yao versus Sharky. It's actually possible for Yao to do this. He's already picked up the haste rune, so we can follow Sharky down. Sharky's still not leveling up an ability just yet. Power shot will fly. A lot of damage. No quick chase, though. Would have had to come in range of the tower, but this is already our top lane. And first blood. Now she's spilled in the bottom lane. You knew it had to happen. You knew it had to happen. It's the first game for the entire main stage tournament. Shout out to everyone who normally watches my streams. No drinking games here. Alcohol's not allowed. All right, so LGD. Now behind the 8-ball, first blood. Gets spilt and it gets to go the way of HY. Combination up. And Ling. They do get to run the aggressive tri-lane, which means Enchantress looking to stick it to the man. Also looking for these pulls so they can get some control. LGD need control of these lanes back, and they already feel it. There's already the D-warning coming out from DDC. They need this camp. They need that pull through. And Nat needs to not take too much damage. Already being forced back, but HY will always be here. Looks to initiate wherever he possibly can. He's also going to be careful. This Enchantress gone completely missing. Could have gone back to her own jungle, but could also be walking straight into DDC, which he does find her. At the same time, in towards that middle lane. Invoker going up against the Beastmaster. And up towards the top. Sharky and Yao. But Sharky, he's already basically one south behind this lane. It's not where he wants to be. But he's got harassment as well. Like we're not even seeing the scream coming out. It's just blink, maneuverability, and sting. Escape as much as you can from Yao, but Windrunner, she can play with this. That power shot's got like extraordinary range. All you gotta do is just find that easy opening. There's just never-ending dewarding attempted from everybody. Just look for an opening. Can't look for one. There's no vision. Great, fantastic. But this undead is still looking for one with the Ursa helping out. And Net reveals the fact that he has that double damage, causing a lot of damage to that Spirit Bear. But Sylar won't fear too much. So only normally in the first 40 seconds you start to worry a little bit more, because then you don't have a recreation. But he's got a recreation, so he's fine. Still waiting for this middle lane to erupt once that level 6 happens, because it's Invoker up against the Beastmaster, and that's a different style of lane. Beastmaster should be able to control the roost depending on what level he goes in Call of the Wild, if he even does do so. In fact, he hasn't. We're putting the points into damage. Finding that inner beast of Beastmaster. Sylar still doesn't want to let this bottom lane get too much unattended. HY, he's great for last hitting, and he knows it too. And Sylar needs his farm. At this point, he's been very much denied on this bottom lane. LGD do not have the control here. Yao and Sharky still playing around up here on the top lane. Yao sitting nice and low. And now middle lane is GG because Tornado is here. Xiaowei does not want to fight up against this. He walks through it, he throws out some max and instantly says, okay, I'm losing my life, I need to run my bottle again. Is there even a point of me being here in the middle lane? No, there's not. So Invoker gets all the space in the world for that lane, while the bottom lane is still just net and HY. It's a dual lane on this bottom lane. And LGD have been unable to stop it. They know that impending doom of the Enchantress is around the corner. But it's still not that impending doom. It's one thing. Losing so many lasts is giving HY more farm than any hero on the map, and a hell of a lot more farm than Lone Druid. This just does not balance out, and Ling's causing some issues too. Alpha Wolf and Troll forcing DDC out, stopping the pull from happening. You get an impale, but that's only one level up in that. NA's finding no levels whatsoever. Yao maybe a little bit out of position here. Sharky, power shot right through him. Maybe a chance to go. Yao, he's got the Windrunner up his sleeve. He wants to chase this one down. Another power shot's in 2 seconds time. But Sharky's running bottle, which means there's enough regeneration there. But he won't be too concerned. Now, another impale. At least managed to pick off one of these Enchantress creeps. But she won't really care too much to find another one. There's plenty more in the jungle. This middle lane is too easy to farm up. Ohio's doing it behind the tier 1 tower. There's no fear for him whatsoever. The fear is still with HY in this bottom lane, and when Enchantress is going to rotate in. Sylar's at least able to find himself a siege catapult in that bottom lane. But HY is able to find himself an entire creep wave. And this just isn't working for LGD. Something's got to change. Something's got to move. They kind of want the Beastmaster to do it. He is level 6 now. And that has been the saving grace for LGD. It's what's given them the advantage in all these lanes. Apart from Yao just being absolute... he's got nothing to follow that up. He was short by 10 mana and he has nothing else left in his... Like there's no magic wand, there's no nothing. There's no arcanes, there's nothing. But this Beastmaster rotation has normally just made everything happen for him. And Xiaowei at this point hasn't appeared in any other lane. He's been moving back and forth. Sharky just... He's almost... I won't say he's even shut down as much as this Lone Druid on the bottom lane. Lone Druid is actually having a worse time. We got Poison Orb and we got Boots on him alone. That is all we see. Maybe the pressure behind that tier 1 tower looking to go. Now still able to have a little bit of free time on the top lane. Sharky, level 6, doesn't have enough for his ult. He needs to get a couple of bottle charges off. Right click it, needs a bottle charge. And now the ulti, he can throw it maybe with a blink. And now ulti, damage is there! MUFC take it, now down towards the bottom lane. Disruption starting off. It's HY trying to initiate. He needs that rage to pop off in a moment. DDC picked up. Raw, Xiaowei, there's your rotation. Already Enchantress down. HY, raging away. Sig charges there. Smoke popping off. Actually to no effect whatsoever. Tornado gonna fly. Buying the space for the retreat for the Singaporean in the Malaysian team. And the crowd can applaud. And I can't say jack. 2-1. Sharky again out here on the top lane. Shackle. But Yao again already using that power shot already. And no easy burst like coming back out from him. It's the beauty about Sharky running this bottle. He's not running it independently. He's still having to waste a lot of the courier's time by doing it. HY jumping in behind the tier 1 tower in the bottom lane. Open wounds, they're starting up on Sylar. He's a big one to bring down. They should be able to get him too. And they do. This is MUFC, like we remember them from Game 1 on the group stage day. And LGD being tested in their safe tri lane. As Enchantress just prancing her dominance over the Radiant jungle. And in Ohio, space in the middle lane for the Invoker. The Beastmaster rotation not working this time for LGD. They found 1 kill, but that's not enough. They kill an Enchantress. She basically just gets 2 creeps and is already just as powerful. Oh, look for 3. Look for the Troll Trap. Look for the hold down. DDC able to find Ling out. Troll Trap, there it is. Ned, he's also got the control. Pick up. The stun was attempted, and they split. The stun is there. Enchantress puts out the enchant. SC, disruption's there. DDC, 29 HP. Ned, right click is there. Gets the kill. Ned's on the run. HY trying to come in. Xiao Wei, make a decision. Who do you want? He rolls on HY. He needs a rage. He needs a life. He's got it all. Pick up on Xiao Wei. Power shot. Windrunner's coming into the mix as well. Infestation. He comes back out again. The life is there. The shackles on the dead rooming. HY on the run. Yao, nothing on him now. Or maybe Ohio can find a little bit of help right now. Ling, he will go down. Mana burn by DDC. 2 loss for MUFC. That support quickly rotates in for LGD, but it still costs them. They kill an Enchantress, and that is basically a net. It's the support heroes going down. They aren't finding the cause. HY came close, but level 6, luckily during that engagement, allowed him to infest and get his life back again and escape back out because he was getting very, very low. But while this is happening, Sharky still has more time to farm up on the top, and you going Dagon is possible. Burst damage to happen. Windrunner. Doesn't matter if you run. That Scream does the damage. It's all about the magical. Same with Shadow Demon. That quick burst damage before he even has time to disrupt. That's what he's looking for. Now still looking for any kind of farm on the top lane. Any kind of harassment onto this Quap. It's what he wants. It's not what he's getting though. Cop disappears from the lanes, and DDC gonna go down here in the mid. Another catch out now. 3 heroes group up in the middle lane. Tornado gets to begin, and the Alpha Wolf. Critical strike bonus. The damage is there to bring down the tower. HY already 77 plus 47. Bottom lane. Looks like they're playing around. It's Nat who's in a little bit of trouble. Disrupted in the bear on his tail. Middle lane, Shackle will fly, doesn't lash. TP support's coming in. Ohio, Roar is there. They will kill off the Invoker right now. And the Chinese hit back. And finally they bring down a core. They even managed to find out the Enchantress. Yao living life on the edge. That tornado almost bringing him to death. I say almost though. 2 heroes gone, LGD. Core and support. But they need more. Shadow Demon, wonderful time to scout with the Shadow Poison. See that double damaging HY heading down south. And Sylar instantly moves off the lane. Does not want to be involved, and HY knows the gig is up. We'll just move into farming. Double damage, still got himself another about maybe 10 seconds left in it. But not enough time to do enough damage towards that tower to make it worth it pushing the lane. Sharky still free farming top lane. Now building up what looks to be the start of a Necro unit. Necro books for him. It's a casual null. And the 4-star starting up for Invoker too. HY. See on with that home, entangle. The luck gets to go the way of Sylar for a moment. But they still look for a little bit more pressure. HY. He knows he's got that infest, so he's not going to be fearing too much. And Ling finding herself some space. And this is that problem I kind of look for. What happens with this Enchantress? Makes Quap, Invoker. You get a huge mess of power in the mid game. Nakes is the only one who really carries it in the late game. And he'll have to team up with LGD. With the rest of his support heroes to look for that lockdown. But Enchantress doesn't really have that awesome farm. She had to sacrifice herself a lot in this early stage of the game to make sure that MUFC had control over this bottom lane. The first blood helped them out. That was basically it. That bear low on life. HY trying to go a little bit closer to do some damage to it, but Sylar, he knows he's got resummon, so doesn't fear too much about it. And now Windrunner returns towards the top lane. Level 9 for her, trying to build towards that mech, getting pretty close to it as well. Team is definitely going to need that when the time comes. And the time won't be too far away. Looking for that opening. Ned already scouted out by the bear. Bear gets one paw swipe, but no entangle. Still has the effect of the orb. Just feel that pressure on the bottom lane. All lanes now missing for both teams. They look for that opening. The Bear is just looking at Enchantress creeps now on the bottom lane. HY is still here. Shadow Poison goes up the lane, finds HY. Shackle on Ling. Maybe the opening is there. Shackle stolen now by Net. Returns it but doesn't get it. Roar is through and they get the kill on the Enchantress. Ling still at Net, a little bit too close to him. He's lost one of his support heroes. Tornado will fly. Picks up the Shadow Demon and Bear, but that is all. And MUFC is split. They know it. Yao, look at that movement speed. Shackle gonna latch. The line is right for 2. But it doesn't fly. Now it does, but the line is not there for 2. And Net pick up on the hill. She can power shot herself out of here though. So it's more a bit of a frustration of mana cost for the Windrunner. But it's Net making sure he gets out to safety. And Sharky rotates again, now in the middle lane. Top lane completely unattended by all. The middle lane, the pressure is there. Sharky, initiation, Vendetta hit, strike, power shot, and just right click to finish the job. 7-5, and LGD, again, another hero just caught out of position, then Vendetta to set up. And now pressure to be applied towards this mid tower. Remember that Beastmaster aura, already stacked up on 2 points. So the damage is there. Tornado will fly through the Beastmaster, there's no EMP to follow it. We are looking at Quas Wex build on the Invoker, so the EMP Tornado is the combination he's looking for. Burn off the mana of everybody. Stops those abilities of Windrunner, NA, Shadow Demon, and even Beastmaster. Beastmaster, hard to roar. Did he go Soul Ring build? No, he went Arcanes. Needs 150 mana to pop off that roar, then 120 for the axes. Doesn't really seem like that much mana, but with a high level Quas Wex Invoker, that mana won't be available to them. HY now with an armlet in the bottom lane. Kind of feels a little bit of pressure. Not too happy with being in that lane. Ohio back towards the mid lane. Staring down the barrel of a Windrunner. Ling goes disappearing and Sharky back up towards the top lane. So farming levels for him. Might look for that level 2 up in the Sonic Wave. It's a lot nicer cooldown. 30 seconds you gain from that. Not to mention the bonus damage you get from it. Maybe even Sharky at one point will be able to get that wonderful Aghanim Scepter for the Quap. Spam those ultis, look for the engagements. Invoker still looking to hold this mid lane. HY coming in, maybe look for an opening. I can even hear it from down here at the commentator's desk where I heard HY going, move in. Look for the kill, look for the opening. But instantly that move back from Yao. Doesn't want to get caught out of position. Sharky looking at a little bit of pressure towards that top lane. Tornado's already there. See Zhao wait. Come into the to the lane. Axe to fly. And instantly already going to start to worry again. This Beastmaster's up here. Raw, stun, not the best train, and now Ohio also here. Buys time. Wonderful Tornado up and towards the air. Look for a little bit of aggression. Maybe an imp, not going to happen. Look out, HY on the way in. 5 heroes for MUFC up on the top lane at the same time. Siler, he is pushing out that tier 1 tower in the bot. But the pressure, the aggression will come from MUFC on the top. HY just diving it down. Phase boots, can he get close enough? No, he won't. Now he's looking forward as well. Steals 4 points up in power shot. And this will give him that ability just to nuke down any kind of creep wave that comes in, not to mention that scout ability that comes from it. TP's towards the bottom lane, looking to force back out again. Disruption is there. Look for an opening up on top. HY is the one. Look for the cancelling of the TPs. Ling and Net, pick up, throw down, power shot from Net. Sharky, ulti, not gonna happen, it's there! There it is! Sharky, he won't back into it! TDC, however, nukes down the Queen of Pain. There goes the Spike Carapace, causing some issues. At the same time in the bottom lane, Shadow Demon going down. Ohio and HY, the two that TP'd out. That's why you wanted to go. Net, Shackle, Latches, Power Shot, no mana, stick charges are expended. Net, right click, phase booted up. There aren't any phase boots. Net kills off Hawk, he's gonna die. Looks for the pickup to save himself, but it just does not do the job. And Yao was able to chase him in. Very, very timely mech charge as well from the Windrunner during that top engagement. Saving his life. Couple of Invoker illusions chasing down DDC back past that tier 1 tower. Giving that momentum. They want these towers gone. HY back with pressure on that bot lane. Silo with a low point bear. He doesn't have a resummon anytime soon as well. There's another minute before he gets that little sucker back. And that means HY feels a lot more confident and Silo feels a lot more defensive. You do not want to lose that. You see that vision. Even the call coming out. I can hear it coming out from MUFC. Look for the line, look for the hawk, look to see if they can see us. We know it's got to be around here somewhere. There's 3 Euros that are grouped up in the middle lane. Even if the hawk does see him, it won't be something LGD want to directly go into. But MUFC want this mid tower. They don't want to deny. They want the full kit and caboodle as far as the cash goes. And with the right clicks, with the Ursa collapse, Zhao 8, he's really close by. Tornado will buy him the space, not only the space, but then again, HY roars in, disruption, TP already coming in, Yao is the one to come in, look for the shackle, maybe HY, Raw will hold him in position, him still going, shackle is there, it holds Ling and HY, but the Fade Ball acts as HY goes down, Zhao 8, the one charges the end will get the kill, Enchantress takes it, DDC, a very, very rogue stun looking for Sharky, doesn't claim anybody, Sharky, still no ultimate for now, Yao 8, it's so low! Sting charges, it was enough! I'm even combining players during team fights, it's just perfect play by the teams. And HY, the big man to go down during that engagement. MUFC losing their core, their main, their number one man. And Sharky, the timing just wasn't right for him. He had 18 seconds on cooldown for that ultimate when the engagement began. With that ultimate, that fight would have been completely different. But MUFC forced it earlier. Now they lose their own tier 1 tower in the mid. LGD able to take it. The top lane pressure is there, forcing a TP back. Silo the man to do it. Are we seeing that relic up? Yeah, we are. But it's 19 minutes. It's a lot more delayed. The effectiveness will still be there. But that basically unstoppable pressure of Radiance, which you get 15 minutes in, is going to be denied. Radiant starts to kind of lose its effectiveness around 30 minutes in, 35 minutes in. It's not as great. Still able to counter push, but as far as teamfight goes, doesn't give us much. Manny mid lane, Sharky, gotta be careful. There's already the stun. Roar is well forced up away! Tornado, perfect shackle lashes up! Ohio is locked! Now we're able to steal up the shackle, looks for another one. SC is held in position, Ohio, he won't pop. DDC up in the air, throwing down, holding Zhao Wei down. Oh, that's a bit of miscommunication. Disruption then Ling, mini shackle, one charge to keep him alive. Heal as well, doing the job, wants to get out, power shot, Ling, he pops. SC with the double. The poison doing the work. 3 heroes for MUFC on the sidelines, and Yao, amazing shackles coming out from him that made that fight for them. And Sylar, all the space in the world to bring down a tier 1 tower in the top lane. And MUFC nowhere in position to stop them because they're all dead. And that's holding that mid lane out. But that is all. And Sylar with his tower going down, it cannot be long before that Radiance will fly out. Assemble on the bear and push it out again. Net too far out. Stun to start with. Mana burn acts as double TP. Power shot as well. The 3 nukage. Tornado will fly. They got a sentry ward here to reveal him off. Ice wall as well. Slow him down. HY roars through. No shackle this time around. Open wounds as well. Another right click. Disruption is timing there. HY is out of range. DDC. The carapace is there. Right click. Not enough. Actually stunning Ohio back again. Now LGD focus on him. Ohio able to force himself away to safety. 2 points. It's going to be enough to bring him down. Leaks a lever opening, Sharky, next one on the sidelines. 3 around, HY, looks for Zhao Wei, will not claim it, walking around Ems, one more from Ling will do the job, but he can't get close enough, and now he's out of position. Disruption to the job, here's Eric Catcher, it's on cooldown, doesn't matter. MUFC losing players left, right, and center. LGD controlling everything. And they will take the tier 2, and they will take the advantage. Spike it up. Tier 2 tower gone. And LGD, there's only 2 more outer towers in MUFC's possession. If they remove those, then if they do, when they do, push in and look for a tier 3 in racks. If they claim one, if they claim a team fight, they can rotate and take more. Zhao Wei already straight in there. 3 points now up in the beast. Combine that up for the bear. Nicely rapid on those towers. And the tier 2's gone. MUFC, they can't defend this. TP though coming in, waiting, makes the first one in. Open wounds on Sylar. Tornado will actually pick up both Sylar as well as Yao. Turn around for the shackle. The line is right, the line is there, but already the damage is done. Quad body will fly, but HY, the more important one, gonna go down. He got entangled and popped. Ohio shackled to a tree. Sharky low on life too. They're not getting out of this one. Maybe they will with Ohio going invis. Maybe net TP. No, he does not. The stun is there. Sylar with a double kill. Ohio's still on the run. Sharky in the mid lane. But rotation coming in. 3 heroes on the sidelines. Look for the opening. Look for the hero. Look for DDC to get Ghost walked up a little bit. They know Ohio is in the neighborhood. But they can't find him. They can't kill him. They can't see him. Now, bought enough time. MUFC. They'll be back at full strength in 6 seconds' time. But without quality, actually, this is going to hurt him a little bit more. EMP slows it down. And LGD, they're not following it through. But they don't need to. They know they control the map. The tier 2 tower in the bottom lane is the only remaining landmark for MUFC outside their base. It's the only way they can keep being close enough to get to Roshan. Not HY, even looking for damage. Next thing he gets is the Yasha. There's no auras, there's no nothing. It's just give me movement speed, give me attack speed, give me something that I can bind up with my armlet to find a kill somewhere during this engagement. They need some kind of perfect opening. One hero caught out of position. Just LGD to make a mistake. And I say LGD to make a mistake. Like, that's just it's contradiction, just saying the words. Maybe the time will be there, though. Shadow Poison scouts at HY. He was off towards the side. Now in through the rear. Tornado, EMP, HY is in there. Look for the initiation. Roar out in the innings. And the shackle. It held Ohio and Ling together. It's already lost. Ling, he's only living, but only because of his ultimate. He's doing whatever damage he can to SC. Net gets one, but GG is called. Ohio will say it. And LGD, the only team to take a game off them, can't win a single one here. Here in the final, LGD take it 2-0. They are the champion of the Asia, taking home the lion's share of the prize pool. The teams get to shake their hands in the stage. And MUFC get to congratulate LGD on an amazing win. LGD, they looked rough as the first game on the group stage day, but they hadn't lost a single game from that point on. LGD, strong throughout this entire tournament. We'll be down with the victors with DPM in a couple of moments' time. And we get to end our big tournament because all big thanks to the sponsors, both NVIDIA, Time, because Valve for creating an amazing game, the partners with MSI, and the rest of them. You know they're there. You know they're there. Rapture, as well as, of course, E-Club that brings Dota 2 to Southeast Asia and China. Love those guys. Love those guys. Keep the tournaments rolling. That will be the champion, LGD. Such an amazing tournament for them, but just coming into this last matchup, you were never 100% sure if LGD were able to pull it off. I know most of the crowd will be there going, you know what, LGD, yeah, they're going to take it, man. It's the powerhouse of China. But where was the faith in Malaysia? It was there. It was really there. MUFC, they played brilliantly throughout this entire competition. And the fact they managed to pick up second in this tournament, MUFC, Orange, LGDCN, as well as the Myth Trust guys, they all get themselves through into the semifinals. Of course, Malaysia, they take second and third. And that means China, they take number 1. It does look like the players are coming on down, getting themselves in position. And we'll hand it over to them in just a couple of moments. Let DPM still to get itself into position as well before we're good and ready to go, as the crowd starts just gather around the players. Because these guys are all legends. As far as International 2 goes, I've said it many times during this broadcast, they were absolutely amazing at TI2, but they hit a hurdle. They hit a big, big hurdle. Their hurdle in this competition was game number 1 on day number 1, up here on the main stage, so everybody got to see it. 20-minute GG call. MUFC forced down them, and they got their own back in this one. 25 minutes and 25 seconds for game number 2. It was too much at the end of the day. So I look over to DPM. Is she ready? Is she ready? No, she's not. Not at all. Fantastic. The press just can't stop taking pictures. So that's all about. Press and the crowd. It's been an amazing bunch of guys coming down here, as well as girls. Everyone's been here, coming down, an invitational only event. Of course, all you have to do is just sign up with Rapture Game. You can walk yourself in. It's just to stop the massive crowd that's here at KLCC. The big convention happening to our side. There were so many people I know who actually stopped while they're queuing to get in, because the hall to queue in is attached directly to the hall where the main stage was. So we're bringing Dota 2 to the rest of Malaysia that may not even know what this game is. We're sharing the love, we're sharing the game, we're sharing the awesomeness that is competitive Dota. And really hope you're enjoying it. It's been absolutely amazing. Hopefully we can just turn one of these cameras around so you can see it. So I think DPM, we are now ready. Translator at hand as well. It's the third time it gets on the camera. Congratulations, Beck. Congratulations. So let's throw it over to DPM, the interviewers, and your winners, LGD.
So congratulations on winning. How do you feel? Like, are you really happy that the crowd is cheering you on?
首先当然要恭喜你们 LGD 得到我们今天的这个总冠军。然后你们现在的感觉如何？是不是觉得我们这边马来西亚的粉丝也是非常支持你们的？
对，我觉得马来西亚这边的 DOTA 气氛很好，然后很多玩 DOTA 的朋友，然后当然支持我们队伍的朋友也很多，所以就感觉气氛很好很好。
Yeah, I feel that it's great in Malaysia. We got such a huge Dota fan base, and they're all very passionate about it. And we really like being here in Malaysia.
In the first game, did you expect MUFC to use a push strategy like the group stage match?
第一场比赛你们有预料到就是 MUFC 会用一个就是快攻的这个方式来进攻吗？
我们之前有讨论过，因为我们知道他们最近打我们应该就是会打这种推进抱团的，所以我们就把他们德鲁伊抢了，然后自己然后配了一套德鲁伊体系的阵容，然后所以我们就很轻松的赢了。
We did expect MUFC to actually come at a pretty fast and furious pace against us. So we actually had a little strategy to counter against them. And of course, a little bit of luck on our side as well. And everything came and it worked in place. So we actually got a good score.
Is this why you started picking Syllabear instead of, because you haven't really picked him that much, so is this why you started picking Syllabear?
是不是因为要有这个一个反击的这个机会，所以你们现在这个台上的这个 drafting 的时候，通常会选 Syllabear 这个角色？
我觉得不是，就是一切都是为了拿冠军嘛。因为我们讨论过，他们就是打我们，他们就尽量会选择推进嘛。然后萨拉贝尔这个核心的话，他就比较适合配推进的体系，所以我们之前讨论就是不是班的话就抢掉他们的。
We think that because MUFC is trying to go pretty fast on the quick attack against us, so it's not really about the strategy of picking Celebrate, but another thing is also put it in a point that it's a pretty individual character that can hold pretty well, and their final decision was that if MUFC doesn't ban it, we'll choose it. We're going to use it to our advantage.
For the second game, the crowd was pretty surprised by MUFC's draft. So were you also surprised?
你们第二轮的比赛的时候，我们现场的观众其实对 MUFC 的这个 draft pick 有一点惊讶。那你们以这个就是 gamer 的身份呢，看到他们这个 draft pick， 自己本身有什么感觉呢？
我觉得他们的阵容就是很像东南亚这边的阵容，因为东南亚那边跟中国的不同，中国的适合打那种核心的，然后东南亚这边就是发育压制，然后 gank 你，所以就我觉得比较适合他们的风格。
It's pretty incredible that everyone has their own style, and of course around Southeast Asia, the draft pick that MUFC has come up with here is I would say they say it's more of a Southeast Asian based kind of pick because most of the Southeast Asian teams are going for the quick attack, and the trial lane gangs, whereas back in China most of the team will actually farm out using the late gamers, and it's going to be pretty interesting to actually have these two clashes of style.
Do you want to say anything to your fans that are watching right now?
有什么要跟你粉丝支持你的粉丝，尤其是在马来西亚还有在国内中国那边的粉丝说一下吗？
谢谢大家一直在现场和直播上看我们比赛的支持我们的朋友，感谢你们，然后也更加感谢在现场支持我们的朋友，谢谢。
I would like to say a huge thank you to all our fans all across the world, especially those that's streaming online back in China and across the world. But of course, the biggest thank you, we're saving it up for the fans live here at KLCC in Malaysia.
Thank you very much and congratulations.
谢谢，恭喜你们，希望你们再接再厉。
All right, thank you very much, DPM. And one last time for LGD, your champions of the Asia. Definitely a deserved win at the end of the day. We'll be back here for your closing ceremony where you get to see all your players again. So if you want to stick around for pictures, definitely do so. The guys will be up on the stage for the people on the live stream, and we'll also stay up for you guys so you can watch your most favorite teams accept their awards for their winning. Of course, I say goodbye to you from here myself, W1. Thanks for watching me, as well as, of course, J-Tan. Great for him soldiering through today, as well as the casting yesterday. DPM for doing the interviews, and everybody else here that's made this event happen. Stick around for the closing ceremony. I'll see you guys back in Berlin. Thanks for watching. Stick around for the closing.